Hello everyone, thanks for joining us on TVC News. The Board of Trustees of the new Nigeria People's Party has announced a 6-month suspension of Senator Rabiu Kwankwaso as national leader of the party over alleged anti-party activities. The Board of Trustees of the NNPP, at a General Assembly meeting of the party in Lagos, also announced the appointment of a new National Working Committee of the party. Earlier this month, the Forum of State Chairmen of the party also accused the party's presidential candidate of anti-party activities and told Senator Kwankwaso to resign his membership or risk suspension. Recall that on the 25th of August, the National Working Committee of the party announced the suspension of former BOT Chairman Boniface Bonam and former Publicity Secretary Major Agbo. In Niger State, the Emergency Management Agency says 204 communities across 15 local councils have so far been affected by floods this year. With the notice of water release from the Lagdo Dam in Cameroon, more damages are expected. Chinebe Bamaye reports.
In 2022, Niger State experienced one of the most devastating floods in 10 years due to the heavy rainfalls and effects of opening of the Lagdo Dam in Cameroon. The water runs through River Benue in Nigeria and overflows into tributaries that flow into the Niger River. On the 21st of August, Nigeria's Ministry of Foreign Affairs released a circular notifying states of the opening of the floodgates of the Lagdo Dam by the Cameroonian authorities. This is raising concerns for states like Niger that are already suffering cases of flood. The Niger State Emergency Management Agency said they are leaving no stone unturned in putting plans in place to mitigate its effects.
We are people that are living on this floodplain are given alternative place of abode, particularly, you understand, in the hinterland, where when the flood comes, they can move with their families to this resettlement area that is located on the high ground. And when the flood recedes, they can still go back to their original homes and still engage in irrigational farming activities and fishing activities.
During the floods in 2022, TVC News spoke with some inhabitants, and some of their complaints are yet to be addressed.
At times we leave our rooms just the way they are, but whenever the rain begins to flow, it enters our rooms, our properties, our animals. Since sometimes most of the time we'll be much concerned about things that are valuable to us, like our credentials, our books.
We have cleared all the site. One, we've acquired land. We've also cleared all the site. We've done site demarcations, you understand, and even site allocation. In some of these resettlement sites, we have been able to construct basic health centers. In some of them, we've also drilled boreholes. In some of them, some we've been able to even construct, roads and drainages, particularly like the one in Chegama, that is the new Keso.
The two abode solutions where inhabitants that live on these floodplains have an alternative house on the upper grounds where they can move to during rainy season appears to be a fundamental solution to taking care of flood issues. But it requires a lot of investment by the government in order to provide shelter for these people on the upper grounds. Chenemi Bami, TVC News, Mina.
And now to Delta State, where the police have arrested 67 gay suspects in the state. Police PRO Bright Edafe, who spoke to newsmen after the arrest, says the suspects were carrying out a gay wedding ceremony in a hotel along Refinery Road. DSP Edafe noted that the suspects will be charged to court when investigations are completed. Gay suspects, if found guilty in Nigeria, can face a sentence of up to 14 years. And this is in line with the Anti-Gay Relationships and Same-Sex Marriage Bill approved by former President Goodluck Jonathan in 2014. Governor of Benue State, Hyacinth Alia, has been accused of allegedly arresting a social media activist, Paul Yenga, for criticizing his government on social media. The arrest of Mr. Yenga has continued to generate reactions from the public, as many have called for his immediate release. Mayo Kwankwaso reports.
The governor of Benue State, Hyacinth Alia, has rolled out plans early for the disbursement of the 5 billion naira given by the federal government to cushion the effect of subsidy removal on citizens. It confirms that Benue State has already received 2 billion naira out of the grant from the federal government and now waiting to receive the remaining funds.
Already we have received 2 billion, waiting for the 3 billion. The 3 most impacted areas of the subsidy withdrawal, according to World Bank, and the street data includes transportation costs, food items, and health.
Yet, in spite of his efforts, the People's Democratic Party in Benue State is not happy with the governor. They accuse him of orchestrating the arrest and prosecution of a social media writer of the People's Democratic Party, Paul Genga. According to the party's publicity secretary, Bengba Yotion, says Paul Genga allegedly accused the governor on his Facebook page of misappropriating the 2 billion naira federal government palliative given to the state. His lawyer was said to have gone to the police headquarters in Makadi to secure his bail, where he was allegedly informed by one of the officers that it was practically impossible to secure the suspect's bail during the week.
They told me that there was a petition. That's the only thing they told me. And by looking at the content of the petition, it was civil in nature. There was no criminal correlation at all.
This governor has all the time in the world to personally institute a petition against someone, a young man who is just doing his civic duty, to question the manner of his conducting the business of governance in this state. This governor has the time to go to the police on an issue that ordinarily should be considered as civil in nature.
Reacting on behalf of the governor, his chief press secretary Tesokula says Paul Genga was arrested because of the motive behind the post was to deliberately deceive the public.
Even enough to ask the security agencies to probe into this and let the Benue people know the truth about what is happening. Is it true that this guy has evidence that the governor has used this money to go and build a house anywhere? Is it true that the money came here and was withdrawn by the governor for his personal gains?
Some residents feel that the arrest may serve as warning to social media users to be more careful about what they choose to post for public consumption. Mayowa Kwankwaso, TVC News, Makadi.